Halaseliax greets you with a nod. His golden eyes gleam.
Congratulations on your victory, Commander. That was an arduous trial, but you pulled through. You invoked the dragon spirit within you. I never thought that I would say this, but you can become a dragon, child. I can teach you how to bring your inner and outer forms into accord. Once you become your true self, you will achieve harmony.
I want you to teach me. What do I need to do?
Go to the city square in Kenabres. Terendelev drew her strength from her love for this city and its people. I walked its paved streets with her many times, and I soon realized that Kenabres helped her to heal more than any of my philosophical reflections ever could. Out of respect for her memory, I will teach you in the same place where she fought her last battle. It would make her glad.
Why do you help me in the Battle of Dresden?
Because I saw a dragon. It is easy to distance yourself from battles that do not involve your kind. Warm bloods fight and die, but their lives are so fleeting. However, when I saw that a gold dragon had entered the fray, I could no longer remain a calm and passive observer. You could say that my prudence failed me.
My mythical power is a result of Areelu Vorlesh's experiment. It comes from the blood of Demon Lords. How does that make you feel? Do you find my power repulsive?
No, child, I don't. You do not need to worry. The source of your power does not make you good or bad. I can see your abilities clearly. It does not matter where they come from. They are yours now, and no one else's. Moreover, your power is like a living creature. It grows and develops. Sometimes it reminds me of a dragonling that is not yet hatched from its shell. One day, it will awaken in full.
Tell me more about dragons.
What do you wish to know, child?
What kinds of dragons are there? Halaseliax smiles.
And what kinds of warm bloods are there? These questions are of similar magnitude, for there are so many of us, and we are so different. Metallic dragons, chromatic dragons, planar dragons, dragons that live outside of planes. Not all of us are friendly toward your kind, but I believe you know this already. I suppose I can only speak for my brethren, the metallic dragons. We look upon your kind with favor, and even live among you at times.
What makes gold dragons different from other dragons?
Some of us are philosophers, and some of us are hedonists. We make our dwellings in open expanses where it's always sunny and warm. We hunt herds of deer and sleep atop treasure hoards. Well, some of us do. But at times, out of curiosity, we choose to adopt the lifestyle of humankind. Many nations seek our wisdom, for our existence is closest to the divine Apsu, creator of the multiverse. Some of us are even capable of speaking to him. Alas, I do not have this honor. Of course, I have only been alive for 800 years, so I am still very young. We take part in the affairs of Golarian's nations, for they shape the world we live in. In fact, you may know the names of some of our heroes. Does the name Parnarex mean anything to you?
Tell me about Parnarex.
A short while ago by dragon standards, and a very long time ago by yours, the gold dragon, Parnarex, became an ally and a friend of Iomedae. Iomedae had not become a goddess yet, but her valor and righteousness were already winning hearts. Eventually, Iomedae ascended, but Parnarex defended her legacy here on Golarion. He was one of the heroes who swore an oath to free Halaseliax from the usurpers. Alas, he did not survive, but his glory lives on among dragons and humans alike. Sadly, Halaseliax gazes past you into the distance. Not all who tread a hero's path reach its end. What's it like being a dragon? It's wonderful. The strength, the lust for life, the joy of existence. Don't you feel it inside your soul? In truth, I am sorry that your journey as a dragon began with bloodshed. There are so many other things I would have liked you to experience first, like flight, for example, or the realization that there is unity in all things. I wish you had a chance to discover your place within the multiverse. But there will be plenty of time for all that. We live for thousands of years. We have time for everything, for war and peace, for sorrow and joy. So do not fear. You will experience what it is to be a dragon. I have no more questions. Halaseliax bows his head. I want to know more about Terendelev. Halaseliax sighs. Well, let us remember her together. You said that you were Terendelev's teacher. What did you teach her? Lessons of peace and lessons of war. Some of my lessons were practical. Others seemed pointless at first, but eventually proved necessary. She was my best student, and when corruption and darkness closed in around her, she was the only one of my students to keep fighting. Even when the odds were against her, she refused to give up. I have had other students touched by corruption, but that is a story of loss, and I do not wish to discuss it now. What was Terendelev like? She was incredible. But before I say anything further, what memories do you have of her? After all, you were the last of our kind to speak with her. It is hard for me to remember her. All I can see is her severed head as it fell. I am sorry. Halaseliax bows his head sadly. Sorry for her death, and sorry that her fate has scarred your mind and memory of her. But that is all the more reason for me to tell you what she was like when she was still alive. Perhaps the stories of her life will help to soften the horrors of her death. Terendelev was a kind of silver dragon who was especially sensitive to any injustice. She was always interested in the warm-blooded nations of Golarion and sought to understand their lives and customs. Eventually, she and Sarkoris, her friend and sworn brother, swooped down from the mountains and joined the paladins of Iomedae in their fight against the demons. I was their mentor among dragonkind, so I became their guide in the human world. But we did not know the challenges we would face. The war raged on in the wound, and Terendelev lost one friend after another. When the demon struck her with the corrupting poison, she lost the will to fight completely. Her splendid silver scales had blackened, and her mind was clouded. But Terendelev did not wish to hurt her comrades, so she asked them to bring her to the ruins where you and I met. I was there to give her aid. The sun rose and set many times as she poured out her hatred on me. She let loose all the pain that was tearing at her soul. Many times we were on the brink of combat. Many times her words wounded me deeply. But in the end, I got through to her. I found the right words, and I stayed with her until her soul found healing. Afterwards, she became the guardian of Kenabres. She defended the city and its ward stone from harm. Her love for the people she protected gave her strength. You would never have known that her soul had once been tormented by dark horrors. Thank you for your answers. Halaseliax bows his head.
Halaseliax is a really long name. Can I just call you Hal? Halaseliax glares at you. His soft voice transforms into a roar like thunder. Ignorant child! How dare you shorten my glorious dragon name? Suddenly, the dragon burst out laughing. I am merely teasing you. You can call me whatever you like. Warm bloods often call me Hal. They're always in a hurry, and they don't have time to pronounce my long, beautiful name.